Welcome everybody, this is Christian from Sterling Knight Gamers, and today I'm going to be talking about the Cardassians for the Tips, Tricks, and Battle Tactics series that I'm continuing with Star Trek Ascendancy. The Cardassians are a really interesting race. They're one of the expansion pack characters, and we'll go over first their weakness and their advantage. So the occupation: Cardassian controlled systems only generate production if there are Cardassian ships in orbit. That's a little bit of a limiting factor and a little bit annoying, but that just means you just gotta be careful in keeping ships in all your systems at least. On the plus side, it makes your planets a little bit more automatically defended, as well as it makes it harder for other races to jump over your systems. Benefit is annexation. You take one culture each time you successfully invade a planet. This is definitely very useful early on when you come across a pre-warp or warp 1 civilization. You can conquer them really easily. I would recommend the first fleet that you build for them in the very beginning of the game is your assault fleet, in order to make those planetary invasions easier. And then once you have a colony going, either convert that into an overseer fleet, or if you've already reached Ascension level 2, that should be the next fleet that you build. If you're coming across militaristic players, hunter-killers are a really great fleet for the mid-game once you've made first contact, because you get automatic hits on the first round of combat. So if you come across any fleet that's only 3 ships, you can come across them and be guaranteed to destroy them. You may suffer some casualties too, but it's a good way to wipe out enemy fleets, and just keeping them at warp and then jumping them in will be really useful. As I mentioned before in the other series, is my friends usually play with one additional starting technology. It's one of the optional rules in the back of the rule book, and it seems to make the game much faster. The one I would recommend for early on would probably be labor camps. That allows you to have additional production for every culture node. So that would include even Cardassian Prime. You're already starting out with the extra production, and you're going to need a shipment orbit for those other ones anyway. It's a great way to boost your production level. With Overseer, that'll help too. Some other really good technologies to get would be covert military bases. That allows you to build up to 3 ships in an uninhabited system someplace else. That's a great way to leg up on someone. Or if there's a system that's been discovered that you really want to colonize, you can just build ships there, and then in the next build phase, build it into a colony. For the mid-game, gravimetric minefield is interesting. Sensor and ghosting, hollow projections, metagetic weapons are all very useful. If you have a really aggressive Romulan player, gravimetric sensor net will be useful. And if there's aggressive players in general, weaponized star bases are really good. It makes your star bases defend with 3 die instead of just 1 additional one. Overall, in terms of strategy, I think the best way to play the Cardassians is to conquer a handful of systems early on, either pre-warp or warp 1 or 2 level civilizations, and just hold on to them, pump out a lot of production from them using your Overseer fleet, and just have a strong defensive net around your systems, start producing and then conquering one at a time. And once you have a large enough fleet and military to take on the rest of the galaxy, expand a little bit early on, then build up, get some of the technology, and boost your weapons and shields in order for you to be able to take on the other players. I actually haven't come across a Cardassian player that's won yet, but some of them either play too timidly or too aggressively all the way through and they get conquered. Maybe I'll give a little bit of update. They're not my favorite race right now. Right now I'm really enjoying the Romulans and the Federation and the Ferengi the most, but maybe that'll change over time, and I hope this has been helpful. Are the Cardassians your favorite race? And if so, why? Please write in the comment section below.